God damn it, Bobby. All right, we should be good now.
From Fletcher Drive. In Calabasas, 2 left lanes are currently blocked with fire crews on scene of the 101 south before Las Virgenes Road. The stop traffic continues from Liberty Canyon in Road. And back in Anaheim Hills on the 241 north before Windy Ridge Toll Plaza.
Let it rain.
An accident in the center divide. Why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary hair? Visit your local SoCal FS Cut and Color salon today and let their team of expert stylists pamper you with affordable luxury. Get a free
Everybody hit that like button. What up, what up, what up? Welcome into the show.
I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte with the KBLA Talk 1580 editorial. In a public opinion survey commissioned by KBLA Talk...
Hey, yo, I think that was Angela Means.
The black voters surveyed were highly enthusiastic.
She said she's going to reach out to you personally.
No, you know Angela Means, the actress from Friday, Felicia?
Oh, her?
That was her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, did she want to
pushback from within his own office?
Nah,
she was trying to figure out how to listen.
she was trying to listen, and I told her download the KBLA app. So she just called in to ask, I guess, more questions.
Are reflected in the polling results of black voters. Nearly 1 in 4 have been victims of violent crime or have someone close to them who has been a victim. 1 in 5.
What up? Yeah, Angela is a chef. All vegan food, and when she was in LA, man, that's one of the rare occasions where I will just eat vegan food because her vegan food tastes so damn good. Hey, but Attila, this gonna shock you. This is gonna shock you, Attila. Angela Memes is in Texas. That's where she relocated. She got a restaurant in Texas.
Black voters are also undecided, which means there's a clear opportunity for candidates to...
This gonna shock you.
Voters. Our poll makes 3 things abundantly clear. Black voters matter. Black voters are closely following this race, and the candidates for DA have a lot of work to do. KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to the utilization and use of the franchise to empower our audience to identify and pursue their interests in advancing equity, inclusive representation.
This is another Attila topic, man.
For KBLA Talk 1580, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte. We welcome your...
Attila be coming with some topics. Boy.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes 2 to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story. So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, and I'm about to be a pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
What up, what up, what up? Everybody hit that like button. Let's get everybody in here. 1-800-920-1580. I'm staying on point. Alafia. Odara.
Was you able to get a charger? Yeah, 7-Eleven? Yes, sir. Now you know it's not gonna last too long.
I know. Lalu.
Gaslighting by what is not said. It's an idea that came to me in my own therapy session because I kept talking to my therapist, and this was probably about 5 years ago. I don't remember my parents ever calling me ugly, and I thought I was ugly. And I don't remember them ever calling me dumb, and I thought I was dumb. And I remember getting good grades, like B's, good grades, but I don't remember being smart. So if I have spent my whole life, in my case, it was up to around age 40, thinking that I was not good looking, women would find me undesirable, and that my intelligence wasn't real. I just worked really hard, and no one put that on me. Well, how did I become gaslit? And it hit me. Boom. It's not what they said. It's not the narrative they tried to implant in me. It's what they didn't say.
What? That is Ross Rossenberg. That's who you just heard, the voice of Ross Rossenberg, a psychotherapist. Wow. Very interesting. You can be gaslit not by what is said, but by what is not said. He calls it invisible gaslighting. Oh, Lord. Man, I swear, these narcissists and these type of folk got superpowers in relation. Gaslighting by what isn't said. Very interesting. Listen, the voice of reason has returned to his post. Please forgive me for yesterday. I was feeling not myself. I was off yesterday. I wasn't feeling well. And my mama from Chattanooga, my mama said, you better get on it. You better get on it before it get a hold to you. You better get on it before it get a hold to you, baby. So I had to go get a hold of it, pull myself together before it got bad. But I was going to do this topic yesterday, right? But I guess I'm supposed to do it today. Boy, oh boy. Now, you guys know, non-judgmental space, right? And I want people to participate, right? That is the nature of the show. Sit back and view the show as a giant conversation, right? Where you are invited. And what's interesting here is we are not going to judge you for what you have to say about what we're going to talk about. This is a non-judgmental space, right? We respect everybody's opinion so long as it's on topic, right? So if you come in here and you start talking about Tiger Woods or the Grammys or the Super Bowl halftime, then, we're going to have to move on. But if you have something to say about tonight's topic, 1-800-920-1580, the number to dial, 1-800-920-1580, tonight's topic, beyond words, silent gaslighting, not silent night, silent gaslight. Oh my goodness. Are you being invisibly gaslit by the unspoken words of a significant other? Question. What is left unsaid, withholding, selective omission, non-communication be an effective way to invisibly gaslight someone? Can you remember the first negative thought you had about yourself as a result of someone else's opinion or lack of acknowledgement? If so, how has it shaped the way in which you seek or don't seek approval from others? 1-800-920-1580. Get in here. I want to hear your opinion. Who or what is your primary source of acknowledgement? Oh my goodness. That question by itself. Who or what is your primary source of acknowledgement? Somebody in the chat room said, I need an example. Here's a perfect example. Say you're a kid and your AAU team, your 8U AAU team, or your 12U AAU team just won the championship. But your parents don't really acknowledge, what has happened. They don't really, they're there, but they don't show like, good job, you played well, blah blah blah, right? They didn't say you were trash. They didn't say you couldn't play, but they didn't acknowledge you. Or say you just graduated from high school and you were struggling, but over the past, say, 6 months, you really buckled down and started putting the work in, but they don't acknowledge it. They don't celebrate you for that, right? They may not say you shouldn't have been in that position anyway. They may not say that. They just don't give you the acknowledgement or the praise that you might need in that moment. Silent gaslighting. Or, as Ross Rosenberg calls it, invisible gaslighting. Woo, Lord. Are you codependent on the verbal or nonverbal approval of others? What role do worthiness wounds play in your self-perception? Listen, narcissists, this is their supply, your acknowledgement, right? A narcissist can text you knowing, okay, you might want to text them back, right? Because that's what normal people do when they text, right? I text you because that's another form of communication. The root word of communication is commune, union. We are in this exchange together. But a narcissist may text you just to get your response so that they can then ghost you. Do you understand? This is a certifiable, verifiable narcissistic text strategy. Do you understand? Heavy questions, right? Are you codependent on the verbal or nonverbal approval of others? What role do worthiness wounds play in your self-perception? 1-800-920-1580. I need to talk to you all. Get in here. Don't act like you haven't experienced some level of this. Many narcissists, or they'll say, narcissists are raised by, if they're in a two-parent home, this is how they become narcissists. One may be a codependent parent, and the other one may be a narcissist. And in that environment, you got a baby narcissist factory. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. What do you believe is your motivation for withholding information from your significant other? Do you intentionally seek to provoke a certain emotional reaction from your partner through invisible gaslighting? What connections can be drawn from the choice to not communicate certain things and power dynamics within a relationship? I need y'all to listen. I need y'all to listen. Listen, I'm going to say this outright right now. Because, sometimes God will put me through hell so I can create a pathway. If you see a pathway for others, if you see any of this kind of mess, run. This is manipulation. Run. 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 Narcissists are not empathetic. They lack empathy. They don't care. Do you understand? They don't care. Your interaction is their fuel. I need you to understand that. I need you to understand that, right? How can the omission of information or words left unsaid be a subtle yet effective form of gaslighting in interpersonal relationships? Reflecting on the first negative thought you internalized due to someone else's opinion or lack of acknowledgement, how has this experience influenced your patterns of seeking validation or approval from others? Let me get in it. Let me get in it now. Listen, at the end of the day, whatever you go through, whether you like it or not, whether it feels good or not, ultimately is for your highest good. Ultimately. Now, if you stay locked, let me go back. Many people ask, why do you read so many questions at the beginning of the show, so? Because I'm framing the topic. I want you to have an understanding of what we're talking about. And I create at least 250 questions per show. I only read about 10, but it's designed to frame the topic so you can have a firm understanding of what we're talking about. In what ways do worthiness wounds shape your perception of yourself and your interaction with others, particularly in the context of seeking approval? When faced with the absence of expected acknowledgement, what internal reactions or emotions do you tend to experience? And how do you navigate these feelings to prevent self-doubt and gaslighting effects? You say, what is gaslighting? You guys remember that 1938 movie called Gaslight, where the husband in the movie keeps trying to, or is saying different things to the wife to affect her reality. In other words, basically saying your reality is not real. That didn't happen. That's not true. Have you been in a relationship with somebody that has done that? I have. And one thing about me as a Gemini, I remember. Oh Lord, my memory is crazy. I remember. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. Really. Gaslighting is the attempt to change your reality. Remember, narcissists want to maintain the narrative, right? Have you ever been in a relationship where your whole perspective the whole time was wrong? You didn't really see that. That's not what you saw. That's not what you heard. Huh? Now imagine a narcissist at the high level, boss level. At the boss level, at the mastery level, at the top of the pagoda, right? With the ability to gaslight without using words. That is a Jedi Sith warrior level gaslighter. Has it happened to you? Have you been in those relationships? Beyond words, silent gaslighting. Are you being invisibly gaslit by your by the unspoken words of your significant other? When I come forward, the VOR is going to the phone lines. Let's get it. Yeah. What up, y'all? You messing with what you don't? Okay, these two in the middle. Them two mine. What up, y'all? Can everybody hit the like button? Can I get everybody to hit the like button? Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button, guys. Show your support. Hit the like button, okay? We appreciate it when you participate. The likes are free. They cost you nothing, all right? The likes cost you nothing, all right? Can I get everybody to hit the like button? Somebody just hit us with a super chat. Michael Watkins, much love, pimp and family. Hey, brother, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. What in the world? What in the world? Strong is the dark side within the people who do this. Yeah. No, hey, absolutely. Uh-oh. LS Jefferson, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support.
Oh my God. Stop it.
Yes, there's a difference, but liars will use gaslighting, right? There's a difference. A gaslighter is focused on changing your reality, right? And it's under the umbrella of what some call crazy making, where it makes you feel crazy, like you didn't smell what you smelled, you didn't hear what you heard, you didn't see what you see. Don't trust your eyes, trust my eyes. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's gaslighting. Now, gaslighting can be applied to lying, right? The act of lying. Speaking an untruth, right? But it doesn't necessarily have to be focused on changing your reality. They could just be speaking an untruth. Oh, huh. Yeah, boy, was it neat. Yeah, not just needy. She was totally deep when she did the freak with me. Yeah, yeah.
Rosenberg, the author of The Human Magnet Syndrome and the creator of the Codependency Cure and the Healing the Inner Trauma Child Treatment Methods. Today on my YouTube video, I'm going to talk about another way to think of, conceptualize, or even imagine gaslighting. Gaslighting is a very, very tricky subject. There are so many people out there, everywhere, that has an opinion on it. And a lot of them have it wrong, or they only have part of the picture. I actually prefer most of them having it mostly right than nothing being out there at all. So some is better than nothing, but my job, both as a psychotherapist and an educator, is to explain the phenomena, whether it's gaslighting or any other phenomena, theory, or concepts that I include in my work, to help people understand what's wrong with them, what's blocking them, what is causing them pain, and most importantly, why they can't see it or why it seems invisible to them. So in gaslighting, in the subject of gaslighting, I've spent a lot of time thinking, writing, explaining things. In my book, The Human Magnet Syndrome, I have a whole chapter on gaslighting. I have a 6-hour seminar that's available at my selfloverecovery.com. And I talk about it all the time because it is part and parcel to the self-love deficit disorder problem, aka codependency, that you guys know is my primary focus. I have come to understand that an SLD, someone who's self-love deficient, a codependent, has been gaslit as a child in order to survive the relationship they had with their narcissistic parent. So if you think of it this way, if you have a narcissistic parent, it's always going to have a favorite child. It's always going to have a favorite person. And that favorite person is going to have to make him or her feel good about themselves. Or at the very worst, not provoke or trigger a narcissistic injury. And so if you think of, say, 2 children, and one child somehow is not pleasing to the narcissist, is not able to be the trophy child, the good child, the child that spontaneously, naturally, and reflexively knows the right thing to do, when to do it, and how to do it. That child that can gauge his or her environment, monitor it, be hyper-vigilantly tuned into it, and find a way to make themselves safer with the parent they want so badly to love them, the narcissist, who really cannot unless somehow that child can mold herself or allow herself to be molded.
Man, Ross Rossenberg, invisible gaslighting. It's a lot to wrap your mind around. But when you start listening to the definitions, you start listening to the clarifications and the breakdown, I know many of you can say, there was a time I experienced somebody like that. I'm here to tell you. Hey, I am here to tell you. It makes you stronger, although it destroys your heart. Right? Going through that kind of emotional abuse and manipulation with somebody, it definitely makes you stronger because now your eyes are open to that particular type of behavior. But it comes at a cost. It's very heavy. The phenomenon of silent gaslighting delves into this murky world of invisible gaslighting through unspoken words, exploring the profound impact of communicative withholding and selective omission on individuals. Gosh, on an individual's psychological and emotional well-being. You're going to be impacted psychologically and emotionally when people do this to you. Oh, man. On tonight's show, we aim to dissect the multifaceted nature of silent gaslighting, drawing inspiration from the insightful work of Ross Rossenberg and delving into the complex web of the dynamics that underlie this toxic behavior. Silent gaslighting operates in the realm of unspoken words, where the absence of acknowledgement and validation serves as a potent tool to manipulate and control individuals. By withholding crucial information or failing to communicate openly, perpetrators of silent gaslighting or invisible gaslighting create an atmosphere of doubt and confusion, subtly distorting the reality of their victims. See, a lot of people don't think they're a bad person, right? A lot of people think they don't do bad things. This is bad. Come on, man. This is bad. And I'm sitting here as a witness, sitting on the front row seat of the Lakers game of this. Do you understand? This happens in a real way, right? To a lot of people, right? This hideous form of manipulation can erode self-esteem, sow seeds of self-doubt, and breed a sense of unworthiness in the target. Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy when I come forward. When I come forward, we got Atlanta, Georgia, we got Oakland, California, and we have Minneapolis, Minnesota. Come on, Prince. It's the freak of the week. How much dance she can happy feet. Woo! She's the freak of the week. Yeah. Fucking freak. Oh, I know. Freaky ass. That shit fire. I didn't know Andy was gonna hit us with that.
Andy made the playlist.
That record is straight fire.
Black Information Network, the
judge in former President Trump's civil fraud case is denying a request from Trump's legal team to delay the enforcement of penalties. The defense team asked for a delay of 30 days to allow for what they call an orderly post-judgment process. In an email posted to the court docket, the judge said Trump's team failed to...
Hey, can I get everybody to hit the like button? Hey, we're doing a good job on the super chat. We're at 41.99. Only 2 people have given. I hope you guys can support in the best way you know how. One of the easiest ways, Suge Mac 510, right on cue. Shout out to the family. Mac Suge 510. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it, brother. You got us to 44.99. If everybody could follow Suge Mac's movement and drop a 3 spot, we'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. 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 Reggie White in the building. Man, thank you, brother. We appreciate it. Thank you, Reggie.
I'm Dr. Nicordelai Corte with the KBLA Talk 1580 editorial. In a public opinion survey commissioned by KBLA Talk 1580 and conducted by Emitters, the Black Voter Survey...
Like it up, like it up, like. Hit that like button. Come on, call to action. Hit the like button. It's free. Uh-oh, John Gilbreth. Come on, John. Step in the room, man. Thank you, brother. Franklin, what up, what up? Come on, let's keep it pushing, y'all. Uh-oh, we rolling. Mac Suge 510. Shout out to Andy for the playlist. I'm staying on point. Asheo. Yeah. Hit that like button. Let's catch up. Let's catch up to the amount of people that are in the room. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Opposed to a one-size-fits-all approach. Nearly half of Black voters have an unfavorable view of D.A. Gascon, but his challengers are largely unknown. Nearly half of the Black voters are also undecided.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mitigation and justice. What if your partner does something you believe to be inappropriate and you need time to yourself, so you stay silent in the midst of her checking on you? Listen, pulling back to yourself and staying silent, that's not gaslighting, or that's not silent gaslighting, right? That's not the same thing. Taking time for yourself to gather your thoughts or to formulate what you want to say, that's definitely not gaslighting, right?
Californians, are you ready to make your home ownership dreams come true? The California dream for all...
Is it gaslighting? Okay, if you don't tell them, but if you tell them, like, I just need some time, that's communicating. But if you just go silent, is that a form of shutting down?
So, again, there's different terminology. You get something called stonewalling, right? Where you just shut down and you're just stubborn. You're not going to budge. You're not going to move. You're not going to talk. That's stonewalling, right? Gaslighting is actively trying to change their reality, right?
Make sure
Invisible gas.
Them gas bills. Y'all don't want to get gaslit out
Right.
here. That ain't no joke.
Invisible gaslighting is such a mastery level, because what it does is it allows you to gaslight yourself. Because now you saying everything. Boom, boom, boom. What?
That's crazy.
Because you don't have a reality because they're not talking.
That's crazy. Get me out this paper bag.
And the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated
Camouflage gaslighting, exactly.
to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights.
My brother.
Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership
Eddie.
between the County of Los Angeles, the
Do
City
we
of
know?
Los
No, we don't
Angeles,
know Eddie.
and local community and legal service providers. Together, they
What up, y'all? I got more information. Don't worry. Hey, y'all just do me a solid. Everybody drop $3 on the super chat. Can everybody do that? And I'm talking about the people who haven't done it. But can everybody drop $3? It's enough people in here to make a hell of an impact. Let's do it right now. 1-800-920-1580 is the hotline. I want y'all to call in.
This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org.
But this is why I do the show, Mimi, because like you hear people say, oh, narcissism and you know that word is overly used. But it's not really understood though, right? People using it out of context don't know the difference between NPD and people with narcissistic traits. You understand what I'm saying? My people are showing up big tonight. I appreciate y'all. Let's keep it rocking.
The hardest part about quitting for me was all my friends still hitting their vapes right next to me. It was really frustrating.
That's crazy.
When I was trying to quit, because in my head I knew I didn't want to do it anymore.
Jacob Scott, what up? Welcome in.
No quit story is the same.
What up, Eddie?
Text kick nicotine to 66819 today.
Here we go.
Only on KBLA Talk 1580. Clip right after the drop.
Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We rarely have confrontation, and if the I said really was
Boogie J, baby. Thank you.
her bitterness passed down from old. Tip the tap when I'm calling out her trauma. She too defensive to listen, I'll call so. Look at me, I got problems. You got the
It's going great.
I couldn't get through on the emergency. Dana was holding up the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy. Plus the time zone difference don't make it more easy. So I figured I'd call in early. Turn my life down, mercy. I got prayer to me. So just lay back in my hands. So everybody told me it's over.
Have you heard of gaslighting? Here to explain what it is, how to spot the signs, and perhaps most importantly, what to do is clinical psychologist and med circle doctor Callie the Lab. I'm just kidding, Dr. Romney. Although Callie's getting an education.
Yeah, Callie, yeah. I mean, I bet there's narcissistic dogs.
Oh, there are. Okay, so we just filmed a series about narcissistic abuse. You can check out the link in this video description to learn more about that. But in this video, we're talking about gaslighting. What is that?
So gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse. It's where a person doubts the reality of another person, leaving that other person very, very confused. Gaslighting is sort of a signature tool of the narcissist, and they're often engaging in it to protect their fragile egos, to keep the world in line with their own reality, with little regard of how much it hurts another person when we doubt theirs. So again, it's very much a tool of manipulation, of emotional abuse, of, again, second-guessing someone else's reality.
And there are lots of things to look out for. We're going to go through three of them today. What's the first one?
The first one is when somebody says to you, you're too sensitive, or you have no right to feel that way. When you do that, you immediately tell them that their emotional world is invalid, and you're judging them for it. You have no right to feel that way, as though you are judge and jury on their emotional state.
Right.
Okay? So what that does is it makes a person literally doubt their feeling, and a feeling is a spontaneous experience. So now it's almost like telling someone, you must be too hot, and they're perfectly comfortable, or telling someone they're hungry when they're not.
Yeah.
You know, so this is the emotional, when we do this emotionally, it is termed gaslighting, because the person's like, I thought I was that, but you're telling me I don't get to be angry about this.
Right.
And then some people, when they're told it enough, they believe it.
Right.
When people are given this situation, being told you're too sensitive, you have no right to feel this way, the best thing to do is to not engage at that point.
Man, Dr. Romney always cooking with the rarest grease. What's the difference between stonewalling and gaslighting? Well, stonewalling is physically leaving the conversation, texting during an argument, suddenly start speaking to someone else. Like you in a conversation with somebody, you just start speaking to somebody else. Acting as if the other person is invisible, stonewalling, right? Gaslighting, as Dr. Ramani so eloquently explained, denial of someone's emotional state, emotions, and or memories. That didn't happen. Trivializing. Oh, you're making a big deal out of nothing. Diverting from the issue. Right? You're not going to, we just not going to talk about it? Okay, so we going to talk, but we're not going to talk about anything? That nothing pending? I mean, we're going to talk, but we're not going to talk? Have you ever been in a situation? We're going to talk, but we're going to talk about what is the density of cotton candy? We having cotton candy conversations? So we gonna talk, but we not gonna talk. We gonna talk about all the superficial, non-essential stuff in the world. You know, the cell phones in the 90s used to be ridiculous. Do you remember the Sidekick? Yeah, the Sidekick. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What? Right. Divert from the issue. We're not talking. And then also, gaslighting involves stereotyping. This is heavy stuff, man. Listen, we are in relationships like this, man. And unfortunately, because I do believe in I believe in a divinely fine-tuned universe. And I don't believe that the universe wastes any movement. So I say all of that to say, I do believe that we go through these things so things can be revealed to us. And it's unfortunate, man. Wisdom, the cost of wisdom is pain. I know you don't want to hear it, but that's what it is. The cost of spiritual wisdom is pain. You're going to have to feel it before it can be revealed. Here we go. Here we go. Callers. We got Andrew from Minneapolis. Get in here. What up, Andrew?
Hey, Brother Zoe, how you doing, my man?
I'm alive and well, brother. What are your thoughts, man, on tonight's topic?
Man, these topics since the top of the year have been speaking to like my whole entire life for like the past 11 years.
Wow. Well, thank Attila from Houston, Texas, because she's given us about 85% of them.
Well, I thank the both of y'all, man. All right, so this gaslight situation is it's a monster because I feel like in a defensive situation, you can find yourself becoming a gaslight and not even intend on doing it. Just to maintain some level of peace. And I'm only speaking from my personal experience. Do I intend on doing this like in a situation where it's allegedly love across the board? No. But sometimes our story never gets heard.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in that situation where you know, like the brain is your M60, it's your M16. It is your best formidable weapon against any kind of war that you're gonna face in this life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
When you're dealt like that, you're gonna try and find a peaceful solution if possible. If applicable. You're gonna try and find a peaceful solution. And sometimes you lean towards that. But when the other person just goes slam dunk it and when you find out you have been set up from the beginning, man, it's not a hard it's not a heart slash, my man, because the heart is built to deal with hard shit. And I'm
Break out the phone call.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you curse? You don't know cursing on the radio, sir.
I'm sorry. Hard stuff. And it's built to last. Okay? But that brain, though, that psychological trauma that comes with that, that's the stuff that keeps you up at night. That's the stuff that keeps you scarred. That's the stuff that makes you want to cut off, and this, that, and the third. And people that use that tactic of gaslight simply, and it's only simply because you're not going to go their way.
Mm-hmm.
Narcissists. You're not going to deal in their reality because you know what real is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's a constant fight. And when that anxiety shows up, that is your reminder to let you know, hey, man, you behind enemy lines, bro. There have been many mornings I woke up, my man, and I was like, hey, I'm sleeping with the enemy. For real?
Ooh.
No, real talk, bro. Like, for real, that is a culture shock in itself.
Wow.
And trying to get everything else aligned. Now, I'm not holier than thou, and I'm not perfect. I am spiritual, my man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes we will inoculate God's messages in order to stay in a situation where we think it's the best course of action. Sometimes you got to burn it all down.
Burn it down. Hey, Andrew, guess what you just did, my brother?
One more time for the one time, baby.
Yes, sir. He brought Minneapolis in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We're on complete fire tonight. I've got more. When I come forward, I know this is not clinical, but when I come forward, I want to talk about spiritual gaslighting. Ooh. Yeah.
Share with you how to start the new year without bill worries. We're here to help if you're behind on your bill or need help staying current. Sign up anytime online for Level Pay to set predictable monthly payments throughout the year, including for past due amounts. You can also check out the special extended pay arrangements of up to 48 months to help pay down your bill. If you're a senior or income qualified, you can eligible for Easy Save to receive discounts. You can also qualify for free and discounts.
Hey, yo. No, I'm finna give it to you tonight. Listen, Zoe Williams is back. I had to die in my sleep last night and be reborn. A nigga died last night in his sleep. You know, and this how I know I died. See, I'm about to throw this motherfucking heater away. I only bought this shit because I was asked to buy a heater.
Okay.
But I'm about to throw this shit away. Okay. Any suggestion from an outside negative force, get the fuck out my house. That's number one. But I turned the motherfucking heater on and forgot to put the timer on the bitch. Motherfucking heater was on. The heater was on 6 hours. I woke up like a roasted hot dog in, man, God damn.
Oh, Jesus.
I thought I almost died. I mean, I was tossing and turning. What the But I was dreaming. I was dreaming.
You know what's interesting?
And ancestors came through.
Live in a minute.
I must have had to go through a damn a bedroom heat sauna, a sauna or some shit, but some ancestors came through. And they was on my ass. They were absolutely livid with me. On some what in the entire fuck? First off, your purpose. You off purpose, nigga.
Oh, wow.
And you know who was the loudest motherfucker? Emma Sue, Big Mama, my great grandmother, she was like, you off purpose. The fuck are you doing? You are off purpose for some shit that's beneath you. Emma Sue, and then my grandmama, Emma Sue's daughter. I never met her. I'll tell you the rest.
Right after.
Ah, ah. I'm hot. Do you want to dance?
Gaslighting is a word that's used a lot in the media these days. But what does gaslighting actually mean? The term originates from the Patrick Hamilton's original 1939 stage play Gaslight, where a husband psychologically manipulates his wife. In the story, the husband attempts to convince his wife that she is insane by manipulating small elements of their environment and insisting that she is mistaken, remembering things incorrectly when she points out the changes he makes. The play's title alludes to how the abusive husband slowly dims the gaslights in their home while pretending nothing has changed in an effort to make his wife doubt her own perceptions. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse where someone leads you to question your own reality, memory, or perceptions. So, here are 10 examples of what gaslighting can sound like. As a disclaimer, we want to note that not everyone who says these phrases is automatically a gaslighter. Gaslighting is intentional, and a gaslighter knows exactly what they're saying and what they're doing. 1. What did I do to you? If someone responds to you this way, they may genuinely not know what they have done and are asking you about it. But when it's gaslighting, they are aware they have done something to hurt you and are pretending to play dumb. In defensively posing this question to you, they are denying the impact they had on you and are also forcing you to question it. 2. Everyone around you isn't the problem. The problem is you. This is sometimes used as a way to shut down the conversation or dialogue for whatever is happening. This type of language is often referred to as victim blaming, where the gaslighter will make statements that cause you to feel like you are the problem, even when you have fallen victim to something such as bullying or abuse and the situation is outside of your direct control. 3. I'm sorry you feel that way. When someone's hurt you and they say something like this, then it is not a true apology. Instead, it's a way to make you feel like you are the problem. They say that they're sorry that you feel the way you do, rather than apologizing for what they've done or how they made you feel. 4. I don't remember saying that. I think you made that up. This is the go-to phrase that a gaslighter will use to intentionally get you to question your experience, behavior, and thoughts in order to take the focus off of them. 5. It's your anxiety that made me do the things I do. This is a common response when a gaslighter gets called out for their behavior. They use this as a reason to justify their own negative behavior when in fact, they should take responsibility for their own actions instead of choosing to blame you. 6. You need help. This term is used to imply that you are the problem and that you need to address your issues rather than them having to work through their own issues.
I don't want to play all of them, okay? But have you experienced? I didn't experience all of that. I've experienced every single one of the first few that she's mentioned. You need therapy. I might. I probably do. I don't remember that. What? Okay. I've experienced it all. Right? And again, listen, man, when you find somebody, listen, here's a telltale sign. When you find somebody and y'all in an intimate relationship together and they refuse to reveal some of their inner workings of how they think, how they feel, how they were raised, some of their reservations. I mean, healthy people sit down and talk about what's wrong with them. Right? If you start peeping game where you're in a relationship, listen to what how I'm gonna word this here. You're in a relationship with an outsider. Okay? What do you mean? How they frame you in their life, you're an outsider, but you're on the inside of a particular rung in their life. But when it comes to being on the inside of how they get down, you're still an outsider. But conversely, they want to be on the inside of you. They want to know whatever makes you tick, they want to know it. They want to be the talk to your tick. That's how close they want to be in your stuff. But if they make you feel like an outsider in their stuff, come on, man. They don't want you to be able to do what they could be doing to you. And what is that? Changing your reality? You can't really change the reality unless you know a person, unless you got something on them, unless you understand something about them. Okay? Now, let me hit you with this. Spiritual gaslighting. What is spiritual gaslighting? I told you guys this before. Don't you know the younger sisters out here, they really on this African spirituality stuff. They are really on this magic. And I love it. Be on the magic. I'm with the magic. Okay? But when you start looking at it, it has a dark side. It does. Here's an example. Here's a bottle of something called Jezebel oil. Okay? It's called Jezebel oil. An old recipe for a very persuasive and enchanting oil, said to be used traditionally by sex workers, but it can also be of use to service industry workers, used to attract wealthy male clients and keep you safe from unsavory clientele, promote sex appeal to keep the money flowing, and hold the advantage in business matters and love. The oil's namesake is Jezebel, a Phoenician princess in biblical times who was married to King Ahab of Israel, an archetype of a sensual siren, a powerful woman who understands the minds of men. She successfully manages to convince her husband to let her worship an old pagan deity by the name of Baal. Do you know they buying it at $8 a pop and rubbing it on their body before they have sex with you on Valentine's? When you get that first time, y'all gonna do it. See what she smell like. There's some kind of spiritual gaslight oil on her, y'all. I know y'all not. Yeah, this is actually happening. This is going down. When I come forward, we're going to get even deeper.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. That was deep. Lord, I got all this.
No, it's definitely African too. Especially voodoo, hoodoo, definitely.
fraud case is denying a request from Trump's legal team to delay the enforcement of penalties. The defense team asked for a delay of 30 days to allow for what they call an orderly post-judgment process. In an email posted to the court docket, the judge said Trump's team failed to explain
I
why
think
he
it's
was
called
justified
no.
any basis for a stay, adding that he was confident.
So let me put you on game. Or maybe I should say this at the top of the hour. Oh, Mimi, remind me to finish that thought about perfume and consecrated oils. Remind me. My grandmother came through, who is Emma Sue's daughter. My grandmother, my mother's mother. And basically what she told me was, she said, it's gonna be okay. Everything that's going on is supposed to go on. That's what she said. She said, you got a bigger purpose. Everything that's going on is supposed to go on. And it was interesting. She didn't say it in my words. She said it in her words. And basically, she was just saying, it's hard for me to put it. I'm going to say it the way I'm going to say it. She didn't say it this way. But basically, she was saying it's an initiation to a higher level. So she was like, it's got to happen. This is how you move up. And what was crazy is looking at her was like looking at my mom. My mom was there, but my mom didn't speak. You know, but looking at my grandmother, she got the same colored eyes. I'm the one who got the eyes from her. Nobody else in the family got her eyes but me. And so she was like, listen, it's an elevation process. These are not her words, but that's what she was conveying. Like, just sit with it. You're going to be all right. You got to go through this. And then I woke up sweating.
And the only time you get initiated is when you go through a life or death experience, and that's what it is to survive a narcissist.
I thought I was gonna die.
For the weak.
I thought I was gonna die in that bed, hot ass bed. Yeah, yesterday was a hard day, but today I'm like, fuck that. I'm on some other shit.
If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes? Financial infidelity? I'm dating a bad person.
Are they worth the wait?
Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff? The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I would like to kiss you. There's something wrong up there.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed. Hit you with a bad pipes routine. How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my lips.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man moves on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
So William. Reason and accountability. The voice of reason.
Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung. I am an attorney. I am also a narcissist negotiation expert, and I have helped thousands of people go from drama, trauma, and chaos to step into lives of freedom, possibility, and purpose. And if you want to do the same thing, then feel free to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Okay, so let's talk about gaslighting. What is gaslighting anyway? Well, gaslighting is something that all narcissists use. It is a really disgusting way of getting someone to just completely doubt their reality. It's a way to destabilize people, especially in negotiating, and that's what I talk about. That's what I teach people how to do. I've seen people be destabilized in negotiating. What happens is they just start to question their own mind. So the way I've seen it used in a number of different ways, but basically it's, we talked about that. Don't you remember? I don't remember talking about that. Or they take like threads of things and they say that happened this way or that way, and it didn't really quite happen that way or this way. And they kind of deconstructed and reconstructed it in a different way. And so you just start to question your own mind. And it actually came from a movie and then also a play from like the 30s or 40s. It was actually called...
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR back at the top of the second hour. It's 8:05 on the West Coast, 8:05 p.m. We turned up tonight, man. And let me just tell y'all, tonight's topic, beyond words, silent gaslight. Not silent night, but silent gaslight. Are you being invisibly gaslit by the unspoken words of a significant other? Now, we had to come forward. Now we've come full circle. And we've talked about the clinical aspect of gaslighting. We talked about, what it looks like, right? And then we transitioned into something called spiritual gaslighting. And Mimi said something in the chat, Pretty Brown Mimi. She said, isn't it just perfume? Let me tell you something. The difference between perfume and these consecrated oils. And I'm not against them. I just want you to be aware of what's actually going down, right? Because isn't gaslighting about changing your reality? Right? Isn't gaslighting about changing someone's reality, about altering their reality? Isn't gaslighting a form of manipulation? Right? If we go back, gaslighting, denial of someone's emotions or memories, trivializing, diverting from the issue, right? Listen, right? It's manipulation, right? Look at this here. Look, somebody come look at this. Where Kevin Hart? Hey, can somebody come look at this? Listen to this oil right here. The name of the oil is, go on Amazon and look it up right now. Follow Me Boy. That's the name of the oil. Follow Me Boy. You say, well, isn't that just perfume? No. You know what a consecrated thing is? A consecrated thing means it has been prayed over. A ritual has been performed in the creation of it. It has been prayed over. Do you understand? The name of the oil is, that's spiritual gaslighting. Let's see about this item. For love rituals, Follow Me Boy can be used in any type of love, attraction, fidelity, control, or commitment ritual. Herbs and essential oils made with calamus, jasmine, rose, and orris root. How to use. Anoint some of your love interest's underwear or socks and bury them in your yard. Anoint some of their personal possessions while verbalizing your intent. Sprinkle a little bit in your bathwater. Or anoint some on a pink or red candle. Another great method is to get a bowl and fill it with roses, cinnamon, and lavender. Pour some Follow Me Boy over top and place it under your bed. Huh? Listen, I'm not here to villainize it. But if it's happening unbeknownst to you, is that not a form of spiritual, invisible gaslighting according to the technical term of what gaslighting? You are altering. Now, let's peel it back some more. Guess whose favorite tool gaslighting is? Guess who loves gaslighting? You know who love using gaslight? Narcissists. Why do narcissists seek to control other people? Because to themselves, they're worthless. To themselves, they have low self-esteem. To themselves, they have to put everything into this little toolbox to say, I'm great, I'm amazing, I deserve attention, I deserve acknowledgement. I have to control everything so I can create this false narrative and wear this false mask of grandiosity or covert narcissism. Look at it. Listen, you must not believe in yourself if you got to wear this oil. You must not love yourself if you got to put come to me oil on or Jezebel oil. Are y'all listening this evening? Invisible spiritual gaslighting. You must not think you're enough. You must not think you're enough. You must not believe what the word told us. And listen, I'm a respecter of all religions and a rejecter of none. So you're not going to get me on here and say, oh, Zoe is talking bad about African spirituality. I am initiated with my hand of Ifa and my warriors. I am an Aborisha. I understand African spirituality, but I know it's not supposed to be used to manipulate. Huh? Here's another one. Bound to me oil for love binding, commitment, fidelity, and persuasion. These are oils that have been prayed over for a particular purpose. Y'all don't see nothing wrong with that? Okay. Y'all don't see the correlation in what I'm saying? Huh? Do you see the correlation in what I'm saying here tonight? Man, we live in a world where this toxic society will produce toxic households, that will produce toxic people, that will magnetize toxic relationships, right? And instead of understanding, oh, this toxicity has a purpose, and the purpose is to heal you. The purpose is to heal you. The purpose, first off, you can't be healed unless you're revealed. That's why if you date a secret, listen, don't date a secret no more. If you with somebody that can't be open about themselves, that's a living secret. Don't date a living secret. If you date somebody that, and I'm not saying, listen to what I'm saying now. I'm not saying you're not supposed to do your part. What is your part? Your part is to create an environment that's safe enough for them to disclose. Your part is to not be a mercenary that will take advantage of what they might share. Right? That's your part, right? You create a space that's safe. But after you've created that space that is safe, they still a secret, that's a red flag. I was once with a girl, I found out I was blocked on every social media page she had except for one. I said, what? We've been together 5 years. How am I blocked on Facebook and been blocked for years? Didn't want me to see the Facebook movement, but was okay with our interaction on Instagram. This is years ago. Listen, you hear it said one way. I'm not going to be no secret. You got to let everybody know about me, but you're a secret to me. How you going to be secretive to me about who you really are, but expect to be known by everybody. Come on now. Listen, when I come forward, family, I'm going to the phone lines. A lot of people got a lot to talk about. We're going to get it in.
The reasons that we fear, our feelings will disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that.
I heard that, John.
You are the Phoenix with the whole burn tonight, Zara.
This is crazy.
I'm not playing tonight.
He is not letting up off these
Fuck
mitts.
all that. Hells to the no. I meant to do this yesterday.
Well. Yep. Oh.
Zoe's battery is fully charged. That's funny.
Oh, goodness gracious. Someone asked, does sage really work?
Yes. Absolutely. I don't understand the bananas and cucumbers. What does that mean? You are risen before Easter. Ah.
Thank God. It's springtime, a new season. Right on time. Right on time. You know, that's why, you know, a lot of people be like, oh, don't say good morning because that, you know, that's what the slaves say. But I think of it because good morning, because every night you go to sleep, if you have Scorpio in your chart, you transform. It's death to the old. So I love good mornings. And sometimes if you cry at night, that's a good morning. People be like, Grand Rising Queen tomorrow. I be like, wait, I love nighttime.
We cooking. Shane Artest, thank you. Yo, that is the second. I think that's the second Cash App we got tonight. Hey, if you guys want to send something on the Cash App, if you're enjoying tonight's show, man, hit that Cash App, please. Hit my Cash App directly if you don't mind. I get that bread instantaneously. Y'all get at your brother.
Thank you, mediators, moderators.
Oh, thank you, Shane. Appreciate you, man.
I want to share with you today a technique that covert or vulnerable narcissists use. It's their special crazy-making weapon that they use to abuse their targets. In order for you to understand the weapon, you need to understand a little bit of the structure of the personality that's coming with that weapon. So we say online, on YouTube, on the forums, we say covert, but actually in the literature, it's fragile. Or sometimes it will be described as vulnerable. So,
Wait, pause that real quick. Covert. The covert narcissist. He said in the psychological literature is referred to as the vulnerable narcissist or the fragile narcissist. See, when you start looking deep into these things, you start finding yourself. I know I done found myself in a lot of this, right? The covert narcissist comes across as a really good person, a sweet person, a person that could mimic and feel like they empathize, but they really don't. Hey, this all gaslighting right now, right? See, they are presenting a false reality to you. And really affecting and changing your reality. Come on now. Are y'all listening to what this... Okay, finish it.
So this was to express that it was in opposition to the previously defined narcissistic personality disorder, the grandiose narcissist. And they were saying, wait, there is a type of narcissist who's fragile, who's vulnerable, who will show weakness, who's not the alpha male, the alpha female, top of their class. They'll actually be vulnerable and they'll actually promote feelings of vulnerability. Why is it important for you to understand their fragility in terms of the structure? Well, because if they don't come from this particular structure, the weapon that they use won't work. So when we're talking about fragile or vulnerable narcissists, how would we define them? Briefly. So within 30 seconds, the way that I would define somebody that you would be saying was functioning from a fragile narcissistic personality structure or strategy would be somebody who is cycling. So they're constantly in a cycle of elation and depletion. Unlike the grandiose narcissist who has a ready supply of narcissistic supply, so they're on a fairly continuous steady burn of elation, the fragile or vulnerable narcissist is failing all the time to get that supply. He gets it, he loses it. She wins it, she loses it again. So they cycle between elation and depletion. So therefore, they're more moody, generally speaking, than the grandiose narcissist, but also you'll see them cry. You'll see them fragile. You'll see them vulnerable. They will say sorry. They will apologize, but ultimately they're only cycling as they're trying to get back up to a position of power. Because everything that this personality disorder is all about power over others. The power.
This is happening. Listen, America is dysfunctional. It stands to reason that most households that are producing children are producing dysfunctional children. Maladaptive attachment styles, right? Personality disorders. And none of that is taken into consideration when you guys find each other attractive. The way relationships are set up, they're set up from the standpoint of, you know what, I finally found somebody that I think I like. Let me not do nothing to mess it up. Do you ever say, look, when is a good time to have, the credit score conversation? When is a good time to have the, do you have any family members in prison? Right? We always trying to make sure we eggshell around the real conversations. I want to know when the time to sit down and say, what's your relationship with your mama? What was your relationship like with your father? Do you have an objective opinion of them? Do you have a list or a journal of pros and cons? Have you challenged some of their beliefs in your own life, and has it turned out good or bad? Oh, have you done some, some self-work to reveal some things that were amiss when you were younger? I asked a young lady the other day, what's your attachment style? What is that? Wow. And I'm not saying, there's no judgment, but it's like, come, and it was wow to me because you're going to get that 99% of the time. Do you understand? All right, let's get these callers in here. I promise. Let's get them in here. Nazarene X. Nazarene. Atlanta, Georgia, man, get in here. What are your thoughts?
What up,
What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, man?
man? First of all, shout outs to you on that Master Chef mode, man. You just on your spiritual sous chef game right now, man. It's on an inspired conversation. So, for real, it's big salute.
Man, thank you, sir.
No question. What came to mind, because I definitely experienced what's known as that whole, I guess, wouldn't care if people call it a combination of outright gaslight, covert, extraordinary, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
That whole exchange of what you call the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because there's one thing when, in general, back in the days, like, the times have changed. It used to be stranger danger.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody is pretty much within reason. Like, you don't really give certain people that you don't have a relationship built, with or whatnot, so much access to your inner circle, your inner being. Maybe that's your thoughts, your movements, your plans, etc. So, like, when we meet new people and all of that, and we feel like we vibing and clicking, what we doing in general is, all right, I trusted myself enough to select you as a partner. And now this relationship is presenting me with a challenge to my ability to make a wise decision. Like, back to the reality piece.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the examples with gaslighting, it'll be like, all right, when someone is overtly, I think that's the word,
mm-hmm.
looking to gaslight, I've heard the example where it's like a dude that's trying to do that to a woman, he might just be like at the house and he'll turn the lights off. And then when the woman's like, did you turn the lights off? Or why did you turn the lights off? He's like, I ain't turn the lights off, you turn the lights off.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's an overt type of situation, because in that example, the dude's trying to just lean into the fact that this woman here is so afraid of being crazy that she's, like, by all fronts, and she feels like I'm worthy of not stirring wrong or whatever the case is. She's no longer guided by herself.
Mm-hmm.
She's guided by me.
Mm.
Right? So, like, anytime you find yourself in the midst of someone who's gaslighting you, whether through words or this other one with the silent thing,
mm-hmm.
like, again, I feel like that's, in other words, where people are drawn into challenging whether or not they're willing to lean into themselves. So, for example,
wait,
I feel like,
wait, because we up against the clock. So what I'm gonna do? So what I'm gonna do is you're gonna give me the example on the other side.
What's your attachment style?
I'm gonna tell you now, brothers. Ask her if she got a little box of consecrated oils. A little box, a bunch of little bottles of different oils. Oh, these are just scents and perfumes that I like. Really? Okay. Where you get them from? Pretty Brown Mimi. I would imagine so.
Hell yeah.
I would imagine
Yes.
so.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, here's another one. Stay with me oil.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Our Stay With Me oil can be used in any type of love, commitment, fidelity, and loyalty rituals.
Well.
Come to me oils. Come to me oil, huh? Okay.
Oh, if you gone too long, you won't be gone. You know what they used to do? White women, Europeans, they used to poison their husbands before they left the house so that they wouldn't stay away for too long.
Well, let look at it.
They sure did. The Europeans sure did.
Here we go. Nah, man. See what's up. And they got candles with the oils in it too.
Gucci guilty. Pew pew. Pew pew. What's your attachment style?
Oh, I believe it to be I believe it to be.
Can they change?
Yeah, you could change it. I believe it to be anxious, preoccupied.
Mm.
But you best believe I'm trying to change that shit. Yo, hey, listen. Listen. We stopped hitting the super chat. We had like a 5-minute period where we were doing really well. Can I get the people that are in the room that haven't done it to hit that super chat? All right? Hit the super chat. The show is almost over. You cannot tell me that this show was not fire. You tell me, was the show good?
Oh, I think. Oh wow, we correct. This is right on time.
My friends, was the show good or no? Was it good or no? Hold on.
I know somebody that this weekend got their windows busted out by the ex baby mama.
What?
They still doing that. I said, oh no, we ain't been together. I said, whatever. And I think she might put some oil on something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, the lady just didn't bust out your windows for no reason.
Hold on 1 second.
What's crazy is that all that shit backfires and they end up driving themselves crazy.
I believe it. Gooder than good, bruh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This was fire. Yes, great show as always. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, if you feel like cash apping, more so than super chatting. Moderators, please instruct people that they have two choices to support the channel. Please continue to urge people to support either via Cash App or Super Chat. The channel needs all of your support. How was your day, Zoe? Who's asking? It was okay. It was okay. I just don't know how to say that name. Rico? Who's asking? Tell me who you are.
Chipmunker.
True Measy, man. Much love, brother.
We love you, True.
Just stumbled upon your live, man. Thank you for getting in here. Appreciate you.
Clip after the drop.
I bet.
So I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tip. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected. Neglected my effort, a pair with no trust. Dirty games and affairs that be tearing us up. If things are picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need a way to serve it.
Steve-O Maat. Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR live from KBLA Talk 1580 from the heart of Leimert Park. Man, this is my leg of the marathon, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Thursday. We try to hit you, right, with deep, penetrating, nuanced topics. Tonight's topic, great topic, beyond words, understanding the impact of invisible gaslighting, right? Finding your voice, healing from unspoken gaslighting. Now, invisible gaslighting is a term that was created by psychotherapist Ross Rosenberg, and we have been playing some of his clips over the past few shows because I really feel like, man, many of us, we know more about Martin, the TV show, than we know about our inner workings or the inner workings of another, right? We know more about, a television show from the 90s. And, when we get into intimate relationships, right, we think we have an idea, but we don't really realize that even though we feel independent and free, what we're actually doing is responding to questions that the relationship brings up with our conditioning, with our modeling. So, man, it's really heavy, man. When you start peeling back the layers, man, you start getting a better understanding of how to interface because you start seeing things that you never saw before. Imagine the color of the red flag now. What was once red to you will start looking pink or will start looking crimson or maroon or something. I mean, this is heavy stuff. Let me get my brother Nazarene X back in here. Nazarene, finish your thought, brother.
Got you, huh? And so, based on my example in terms of, and shout out to the brother Reggie, man. Hopefully he can make it in for the night. So, but he's asking about like how to combat it. And like in an example, what I've learned through trial and error, like through the fire and all of that, is at the end of the day, internally, I have my own idea of what's clear. Like, once you kind of reach this point where you got your bearings straight and all of that, like, your true north is calibrated. At the end of the day, one way to, I guess, kind of put the fire out before it starts is dare to ask a question, not a series of questions, as if to, because what people can do is like take a layered question, and as they evade it, they can evade it in various different ways. But one thing, shout out to Dr. Neely Fuller Jr. and simplifying things. If you need clarity about something and you are offering someone the opportunity to tell you the truth or lie to you, but you come and just humility, like, let me ask you something. Ask the question, one question, and do not proceed until that question has been answered.
I love it.
Once the answer is provided, in whatever form, it's like, once you stand in your true north, you cannot, like, have your reality bent. But the whole little flip is, like, sometimes we'll let that self-doubt continue to compound, like, well, I know they said such and such, but maybe I'm tripping. That's basically all that's going on inside. It's maybe rounds of maybe I'm tripping.
Maybe I'm tripping. Hey.
All is calling you to just, I'm tripping.
Hey, brother, I love it. Nazarene X, you brought who in the building?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the deal. 1-800-920-1580. We got Attila from Houston, Texas. Get in here, Attila.
Uncle Will, what's going on?
What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Well. Okay, so something that we haven't addressed yet are relationship dynamics, right? That was, I think, the last question I sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Your relationship dynamics are key to this contraption even being built in the first place, right? So, to keep it a buck, if you are ascending in a way that a person didn't expect, they have you in a box, then this tactic is perfect because they have a certain perception of where you are and the height to which you can go. And so if I can essentially make you think you are not that which you say you are, then I have full control. So Reggie asked, how do you combat it? And my question was, is the combat with the gaslighter? Or is the combat really with you?
It's with you.
Because you got to hold on to your own reality, kind of like Nas was just saying, right?
But you're 100% right. But let me just add just a little bit of salt and pepper on that. Mm-hmm. You got to educate yourself. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, we're having this conversation because Attila brought this to us, right? But this is part of the education process, right? Because prior to us doing this topic tonight, I know people have heard of gaslighting, but how many people have heard of invisible gaslighting? And then on top of that, I throw in spiritual invisible gaslighting. And then we tie in the whole narcissist. This is a very nuanced and layered conversation. And many people wouldn't even know where to begin, right? Mm-hmm. Am I off on that? Go ahead, Attila.
No, I mean, you're exactly right. You're like it's funny, I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and we're still kind of talking about and dissecting narcissism, but I think we pay a little bit too much attention, somewhat of a glorification of that word and a misuse, as you pointed out. And so, perhaps the issue is not so much the person, but more so the techniques and what's going on with you internally that we need to really focus on.
Good stuff. Good. Yes, I love it. Girl, keep coming. Guess what you just did?
Look, I'm grateful to really see everybody's comments and to see how things are being playing out. So it's good. It's awesome. I love it.
I love it too. Attila, you brought Houston, Texas in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the deal. When we come forward, I'll be talking to my friend Sean from Oakland, California. Let's get it.
Go twin. Go twin. Go twin. Go twin.
Do we have any more callers? Has all of the participation stopped? Where my Cash Appers at? My people, show up. Where, you know what? We need Nikki from the SIP in here. Queen Attila, yeah, she been sending me some hell of a topics.
That's my twin.
And that was definitely one. I was like, yo. She hit me one day. It was like, she was like, Zoe, do you have a topic? She was like, do you have a topic today? I said, yeah, I don't know. She was like, well, I got one for you. I'm going to send it right now. I said, okay. Yeah, she got fire topics for sure.
My baby, I love you, twin. Get up here and talk your shit.
They headed to the bank now, Zoe? That's funny. To the bar now. Oh, I got you. Hey, listen. We are $18 away from $150.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Let's do it.
We're $18 away. Let's hit that 150 mark. Listen, the more I can get on the super chat here on YouTube, the better, because you know YouTube is going to take 30%, right? But then the flip side of that is, if you don't want to support here, you can also support on my Cash App. So I'm asking you guys to continue to support, show your love. Please, 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 show your love, show your love, show your love, show your love, show your love. Suge Mac, you already did it. Like, this is your third time. He said, blood, this show was needed. And I love you, man. I love you, brother. Thank you. You done dropped bread in the super chat, and you sent a Cash App, brother. Tapped in. Oh my goodness. What in the world? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tapped In. We was trying to get you. We were trying to get you to call in. Salute to Tapped In. Salute to Mac Suge 510. Salute to everybody that hit the super chat or the Cash App tonight. Thank you, 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 thank you. I mean, that's just, I mean, Cash App get a piece too, though. Don't get it twisted, Twan L. Sun Bay. Don't get it twisted. They all get a piece. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, whatever it is, gonna get a piece. Yeah, they all take a piece, bro. So don't even trip. I was just providing the options, you know. Out of our constrictions. Ladies and gentlemen, my playlist is my co-host. You know why it's all funk for the last couple of days? Because we getting funky. Let's keep it funky. We talking really deep, heavy, nuanced conversations where you got to do some introspection. You got to do some reflection. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you start to self-reflect, that's when it get funky. So we got to play George Clinton and Cameo and all the funk masters and Zap. We got to play it because we getting funky tonight. We got callers on the line, full lines. Let's get Sean. But let me just say this. Everybody, please keep your statements brief because we are in the last 9 minutes of the show. Sean, get in here.
Hey, I'll do my best, brother. So, number one, You know, when we're talking about, you know, I'll put my coaching hat on. You know, in a relationship, if you really care about the other person, you have to understand that person. Do they need a pat on the back, or do you need to be, you know, closing your mouth? Sometimes unspoken language is more powerful times a million than saying something. And I know this from my son with autism because, you know, he says things, but he's minimally verbal. And when he says something, you know. And when he doesn't, you know it more. And so don't underestimate the unspoken words. And by the way, my briefly, real quick, brother, the time I was gaslit was when I called out a brother-in-law, and white folks, you need to do this, call out people who are racist. And I called him out at a restaurant, and I said, no, you did that twice, you're out. You're done. You're finished. Because I said, don't do that. And you know what he told me?
What?
Here's the gaslit. God bless you.
He said, God bless you. Wow.
That's right. After I called him out on being complete racist, brother.
So maybe, maybe he stonewalled you because that's deflected. He was stonewalling. He said, you know what? I'm not even going to deal with what you mentioned. I'm just going to change the topic. God bless you.
Absolutely. He did it later, too. He did it a week, because I just said, all you have to do is apologize and say you understood what you were doing was in the wrong, and he couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got you, Sean. Guess what you just did, man? Guess what you just did, my brother?
Oaktown, brother.
Oaktown in the building. Oakland in the building. If you want to bring your city, you know the deal. Let me get these callers. John, Mountain View, Hawaii. Get in here.
First off, 2 questions. Greetings and blessings, everybody. 2 questions, though. Number 1 is tapped in on the line.
Well, she's not on the line. I would hope that she could call in. If we can get Nikki from the SIP to just give us a little bit tonight, I would be happy. But she's not on the line right now.
Okay, second question, and then I'm gonna get off. Would charisma be also kind of one of those portions introducing this change and rearranging of new things? Just a point.
Charisma, like to influence people, right?
That part.
Yeah, that's a whole, listen, there's a whole charismatic preacher thing that's really big. Charisma goes a long way. Charisma deals with influence, right? If you're charismatic and charming and humorous and intelligent and enlightening, man, you can pull the wool over a lot of people's eyes. Gaslighting is sweet going down. It's, it's like,
that part.
yeah, I hear what you said.
That's all I want to put in there.
Yes, sir. Hawaii. Yes, sir. Hawaii's in the building. We appreciate it. Here's our final call of the night. Jonathan from Asheville, North Carolina. What up, Jonathan?
What's going on, Zoe?
What's happening, brother? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Quickest thing that I pulled out of this is that we're living in a society where we have these placebo personalities. And we've created narratives for ourselves that allow for the gaslighter to come in. You're really not grounded in who you are and what you believe and what you perceive. So it's easy for someone to come in and change your reality.
A placebo personality. Man, if you don't knock it off with the profundity, yikes. Oh, I love that. Go ahead, brother.
We see ourselves as we would like to see ourselves instead of actually how we actually are. So we create these placebos. I'm this. I'm intelligent. I'm a go-getter. I'm a type A personality. I'm high value. I'm all these catchphrases. But
I'm spiritual. I'm spiritual. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we don't do any actual accounting of what we actually are, what we've actually accomplished, and what we've actually spent time learning about ourselves, so the gaslighter can come in, and because they're narcissistic, they actually believe that they're better, that they're smarter, that they're so it's easy for them to come in and change your reality, and you're willing to accept that because you perceive them to be that too, because inside you know that you're not this placebo that you've created.
Right. You don't like your own reality. So any reality is better than yours, even if it's an illusion.
Exactly. So we take these, these really beautiful women and we put them above us, or we take these really wealthy people and we put them above us, and we put these baubles and tangibles in front of us and say, oh, that's the life that I want to live, so that's the person that can provide it, so I'll bend my will to theirs.
Or I will bend their will to mine through manipulation, through control tactics. And the reason why I have to do it is because, do you know narcissists have a huge shame wound? Ooh, that shame wound get triggered. You want a narcissist to key your car and your mama's car, trigger that shame wound.
Or they'll find your shame wound.
Right.
They'll find out about that, that life that you lived before them, and they'll hold that over your head.
But Jonathan,
you used to be
here's a bigger piece that we're missing here. Don't you think we need to normalize or make saying I'm flawed as sexy as, whatever euphemism we might use, like I'm paid, or you understand what I'm saying? I'm paid, or I'm a boss, or I'm this, or I'm that. Shouldn't we make I'm flawed as sexy, as important, as meaningful as I'm a bad bee, queen bee, right? Shouldn't we make I'm flawed as meaningful as that?
We should, but we can't do that and elevate ourselves at the same time.
Why not?
Which is well, it's because society is deemed being flawed as being less valuable.
I don't think so.
So if I come to you and say I'm a broken person because of the life that I had prior to you, and I need to work on that, well, I ain't got time for that.
Listen here, I am tired. Listen, man, I am tired of Triana Ross. You better stop trying to be something you're not, Triana. You better be real. I don't want to be with Triana Ross. I don't. I'm sorry. Listen, the next actor that shows up, and listen, I be acting. That's what lying is. Lying is acting. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something real quick. Man, step up. I had to step up. I got called to the floor and I was like, you know what? You're right. That was wrong. I apologize sincerely for lying. Do you know how much strength it takes to own what's yours to own? Many people don't want to do it.
But I posit this question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you admit to one lie without owning the fact that your entire life is a lie?
But you got to step to it takes one step to go on a 10,000-mile journey. First off, you got to acknowledge one. If you spent your whole life dodging that one lie, you've never taken the first step. But listen, we're against the clock. Jonathan, Asheville, you brought North Carolina in the building. We appreciate it. Hey, listen, we started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. We had a great time. Up next, my girl, your girl, our girl, Jill Monroe. The fire continues. RSVP with Jill Monroe. I'll see you next week with another slapper. Deuces! Okay, we got to get up out of here. Jill is right here. We got to get it all about. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. See y'all next week. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's topic. Where do we rank tonight's topic? I don't know, but you let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, all right?